Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? A couple weeks ago, I tried our old friend Pierres' hearty rib sandwich. The packaging looked new and improved, and much better than some of the other packaging I've seen them use before. New packaging or not, the product was still the same. Very disappointing, soggy and mushy, and filled with a bunch of crap. It was very similar to chewing on a moist mattress in a nursing home. Not very appetizing at all. While I was at the grocery store yesterday, I found this frozen cheeseburger. All I saw was Drive Thru Cheeseburger, and I've never heard of the brand before, so I picked up a couple. Well, when I got home, I saw Pierres Drive Thru. That was when the disappointment set in. But I put my disappointment aside, and I carried on to try this, for you, the people, so you don't have to. Pierres Drive Thru Cheeseburger is chopped steak with American cheese on a sesame seed bun. So let's go over what we just said. I don't see the words formed, patty, or cheese product. Although American cheese is still processed cheese, when we see cheese product, it's usually not a good sign, and the cheese rarely melts. So, are we off to a good start with a somewhat decent product? Let's get going and find out. This 4.6 ounce cheeseburger was free. No, I didn't steal it. Well, technically, maybe I did, but it wasn't my fault. I don't recall seeing the price when I got it out of the freezer. So I tried to find it on the receipt, and they weren't on the receipt. I guess the cashier never rang them up. Or he's had Pierres food before, and he felt sorry for me. I ended up getting 2 of these burgers for you, the people, because I listen. On a lot of things that I microwave, I get a lot of advice on better ways to reheat these from some of you that eat these products more often than I do. So because I listened to you, the people, I'm heating one up the recommended way in the microwave, and the other one my way. When I first saw the list of ingredients, I was shocked, in a good way. The list of ingredients didn't take up the whole side of the box. Another thing that shocked me was the sesame seed bun had more ingredients than the burger. As far as I know of, this is one of the shortest ingredient lists I've ever seen on a Pierre product. The first ingredient is beef, which is great, but we all know that beef can basically be any part of the animal. Then you see encapsulated salt, which is basically a preservative. If you want to know more about encapsulated salt, here you go. Then you have potassium phosphate, which is more salt, tapioca dextrin, which is a flour substitute and an excellent source of functional fiber, and potato maltodextrin, which is a starch. Finally, you have grill flavor, smoke flavor, salt, and spices. I'm not really a big fan of grill or smoke flavor, but with this burger not containing any TVP or other fillers, I'll take the fake flavors all day. And finally, the processed cheese. The cheeseburger has 410 calories, 21 grams of total fat, 8 grams of saturated fat, 1 gram of trans fat, 45 milligrams of cholesterol, 470 milligrams of sodium, 38 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 6 grams of sugars, and 15 grams of protein. Let's get the first cheeseburger out of the box and into the nuker. You can heat these up frozen or thawed. So open the wrapper to vent and nuke it for 70 to 80 seconds on high power, and then let it rest in the microwave for 30 seconds. After heating for 1 minute and 20 seconds and resting for another 30 seconds, our first Pierres Drive Thru Cheeseburger is ready, and it smelled pretty darn good. You can see all the trapped moisture and steam in the wrapper, which is what usually makes microwaving sandwiches chewy, hard, and inedible. So here's our cheeseburger that's ready to eat, and it was at this time I realized it's pretty small. Now if you have a really hearty appetite, they do make a jumbo version of these. For the purpose of the video, we cut it in half with a one-of-a-kind, scientifically designed, razor-sharp plastisoup, so that you, the people, can get a closer look. The bun was surprisingly soft with no hard spots while we cut through. Here's a closer look, and it didn't look bad at all, and the cheese melted nicely. The first bite I took was shocking. I mean, unbelievably shocking. To the point I couldn't believe my taste buds. This cheeseburger was absolutely delicious. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of grill or smoke flavor added, but it did work in this burger. The bun was nice and soft, but moist, not dry. The texture of the burger was just like you're eating a normal burger. No sponginess or rubberiness. Is rubberiness even a word? I was finding it pretty hard to believe that this was a Pierres product. I went to dissect the other half and had to take one more bite first. I was really digging this burger. This is what you get when you use meat and not TVP. A little bit of fat on the bottom bun, which is 100% acceptable in my opinion. And the cheese did indeed melt beautifully. I tried the meat on its own, and it was as good by itself as it was on the bun. Pierres Drive Thru Cheeseburger is working on a high score today. But before we rate it, let's try the second cheeseburger. I don't know what happened. The camera recorded the cooking segment in the wrong format, and when I tried to convert it to MP4 or anything else, it said the files were corrupt. So maybe I have a bad memory card. So unfortunately, I don't have any video of the actual cooking. But here's what I did, and here's how it turned out. I thawed the burger out, then in a skillet, I toasted the top and bottom bun in butter, and then I cooked the burger in the skillet with butter for 3 minutes, flipping every 30 seconds. And finally, I added the cheese. And here's how it turned out. We put the plastic back to work and cut it in half. Now I've got to admit, that actually looks delicious. But here's where things took a turn. First, the butter toasted bun rocked. But something happened to the flavor of the burger. It seemed to have disappeared, and it was bland. But the weirdest part was, there were crunchy bits throughout the burger, which led me to believe the encapsulated salt in the burger needed the steam and moisture to do what it does. That's just my theory. The skillet version of this burger wasn't close to the nuke version. So here's my final thoughts on Pierres Drive Thru Cheeseburger. When it's cooked to the manufacturer's specifications, it's a fantastic burger. For what it is, a frozen processed burger. The bun was soft, the cheese melted very nicely, and the burger's flavor and texture were surprisingly very good. This is definitely one time when the microwave version is the better method of reheating, which is why I'm giving Pierres Drive Thru Cheeseburger a shocking score of 9 out of 10. I would definitely eat these in a pinch. Kudos to Pierres for finally making an edible product. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.